everyone. In this video we are going to learn about geometric progressions. Let's first of all define what is a geometric progression. Children, a sequence is called a geometric progression if the ratio of the successive term to the preceding term comes out to be a constant, then we can call it as geometric progression. For example, say A1, A2, A3 up till AN. This is the list of numbers, or I can say sequence. If the ratio of successive term to the preceding term comes out to be a constant, say this is a constant value, then we call this sequence in geometric progression. Successive term divided by preceding term gives me a constant, or in general I can say successive term, ratio of the successive term to the preceding term is equal to R. That means everywhere I am getting it as the same constant value, then I can say the given sequence is a geometric progression. Now children, if you want to find out nth term of the geometric progression, then we have a formula for that. That is, we can write it as An or we can write it as Tn, and it can be calculated by A into R raised to power n minus 1. So this is one of the formula which you have to remember for geometric progression. Second is, if you want to calculate sum of n number of terms, then your formula becomes A into 1 minus R raised to power n whole upon 1 minus R, or A into R raised to power n minus 1 whole upon R minus 1. Children, these two are the same formula, but here I have written it as 1 minus R raised to power n. That means if your common ratio comes out to be less than 1, then I will be writing this, and if your R is greater than 1, then I will be writing it as this. Here it is, R is less than 1. So you can apply any of the one formula in the questions. So this is the formula which you have to remember for some of the series. Now there is one more terminology, that is your geometric mean. Now geometric mean is again defined that if in between A and B I insert C, then your geometric mean, which is C, can be written as square root of product of the first and the last term. So this is again you have to remember that for geometric mean you have to write it as C equal to under root AB. One more thing children, arithmetic mean is always greater or equal to geometric mean. So we can, or every time we will be having arithmetic mean greater than your geometric mean. So simply you have to remember these three formula to do the exercise of geometric progression. Children, we have one more thing. Say this is your sequence which is ending at a nth term. But say if your sequence doesn't end and if it goes to infinity, then the sum of your infinite terms will be equal to, you can remember from here only, we will be not writing this term 1 minus R raised to power n, because n tends to infinity here. So I will be just writing it as A by 1 minus R. So this is the formula when you are finding the sum of the infinite sequence.